Hi. Well, we've had different kinds of good news come in this week. I just want to focus on two things. One is member of the fellowship this week, or previous to this, had some surgery. We've told you about that before. It was remarkable how that came about in these circumstances. But there was some post-operative care that she needed, and the health professionals said that they were not able to visit to provide that care. And it was pretty urgent because it affected eyesight and it affected the capacity to drive. But a combination of colleagues from work and members of the fellowship sort of pulled together, and this person was able to have all the post-operative care and treatment she needed, and is well on the way to being able to drive very quickly. So she was grateful for that and passed that message on, and we want to pass it on again. And then the other great good news that we want to share with you today is what it means to be part of the wider body of Christ and part of Love Southend as we are as a church. We have a great story to tell about the impact of Helen Yousaf's art. We've already told you about this with regard to the hospital and the reaction from NHS staff. But since then, Helen Yousaf has provided a number of poster packs that were paid for by donation, and wanted these to be available for police and other emergency services. Through Ruth Verinder, Love Southend got one of these packs. And we sent, and I'm going to be looking down here today because I want to make sure I get the detail right for you. And we were able to send 50 pictures divided up and with individual letters to Southend Police Station, Basildon Police Station, Essex Police HQ, and a couple of surgeries, GP surgeries and a pharmacy, and the East of Anglian Ambulance Service. And we just want to tell you about the responses that we've had back, because we're part of Love Southend and their good news is our good news. Dear Ruth, I just wanted to thank you and everyone at Love Southend for reaching out to our Southend Hospital staff by the card you sent me, followed by the art pack of Hope by Helen Yousaf. I feel blessed to have been that point of contact. I was privileged to see the impact on different people. Of course, it was not easy to share the emotional response on Facebook in order to maintain trust. Staff were blessed to know even their families were being prayed for. The joy comes in the morning was one that brought big smiles and hopes. That was from the hospital. This is from some of our police service, our personnel. Hi Ruth, I've just received your kind letter and incredible hope art picture. Thank you very much for the kind thought and its pride of place on my office wall. Take care and speak soon. And that came from Detective Superintendent of Essex Police. Then another one. Dear Ruth, I wanted to drop you a quick line to say thank you for the letter and poster I received last week. It was a real treat to walk into such a lovely letter, and I was impressed with the artwork. This has become an extremely interesting few months in policing, and I imagine the weeks to come will only maintain this quality as we move to being expected to police face mask wearing in shops. I trust that you and the family are well, and I remain grateful for your prayers and the support from the wider Love Southend network. That came from our own local Chief Superintendent in Southend. And then this one. I've only recently found the artwork that you sent to me at the beginning of July. How truly lovely the pieces are, and it really meant a lot to know that, really a lot to know you'd gone through them all and picked out those you felt were best suited for different people. I love them. We are all keeping strong and keeping busy, but it does make a difference to know that the majority of people wish us well and want to help. It can be easy to forget sometimes when you spend much of your time surrounded by people when they are at their worst or lowest. And that came from a superintendent based in Basildon. So our engagement with something like Southend means we can be a blessing to these people in these ways. So we're grateful to God for Helen Yousaf and that creative artwork. And we're grateful to Ruth, who took that up and on behalf of us all sent this stuff out, and the blessing it's been to these emergency services. Have a great weekend.